A big wingman hello to you today. From your wingman, Michael Gross, happy to be here, happy you're here, and happy together we can practice bringing more positivity into our life. Because that's what this game of life seems to be about. At least for me, I found the more positive energy I can create, or I can surround myself with, the easier, the better, and the more fun and more productive my life becomes. Today's practice comes to you from my buddy, Dr. Bernie Siegel, who I was actually flipping through a book he had given me last night, and I saw this one chapter or one page. It was called Who Did It? And he talks about it in terms of how, when you hear that quote, who did it, it usually generates a negative thought process in your mind, because it usually takes you back to when you were a kid and your parents said, who did this? I think Bernie was talking about it more in terms of who created this. For instance, who created this tree behind me? Who created the plants? Who created the waterway, the Seekonk River in front of me? Or even more to the point, looking in the mirror and saying, who created this? Right? And you start seeing all the miracles around you. Now, Bernie, as I said, took it from the point of view of perhaps God. But I took it a little differently. And as I was walking this morning, I walked by this great stone wall and I said, wow, who created this? Because this is certainly man-made. And then I came upon the Narragansett Boat Club right behind me. And I walk by here pretty much every morning when I'm up in Providence, and it's always crowded. People are always coming early in the morning to get their rowing in, to get their practice in, to get their exercise in, and they're either rowing or crewing or kayaking. There's some people going by now. And I thought, well, who built this? Who created this boat club so many people could take advantage of it and utilize it to better their lives? And I started thinking, and as Bernie said, today, make your world a giant art gallery and start appreciating, looking at things and saying, who created this? It will give you a greater sense of appreciation. And again, if you want to take it when you're looking at trees or birds or butterflies or flowers, and take it to God and start realizing all the miracles around you, well, that would even be a step better, right? That would really create some positive energy. Anyway, so join me and let's say for 1 minute, who created this? Because I want you to get it in your mind and think that all day long. Who created this? Who created this? Who created this bench I'm looking at? Who created this great sweatshirt that I'm wearing? Who created this? Who created this? What a great practice for appreciating things around you. Be it nature or man-made. Who created this? Who created this? As I'm saying it, I'm looking at this giant bridge across the water and a bunch of cars driving across, and I'm thinking, who created this? Who created this? Who created that fancy car that just drove by? Anyway, you get the point. I thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Have a great day where you notice things and just ask yourself the question, who created it? So you make your world a giant art gallery. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Your wingman, Michael, signing off.